Okay, all right. So, moving on in our intermediate course in the key of Earth, I've talked about secondary dominant chords. So, I'm going to be showing us some easy ways we can use these chords. And like I have always said, there'll be other lessons where we are going to learn how to play different kind of songs, and you see me applying and using these chords in real life. But just so you get used to these chords, because this is an intermediate course and we are going somewhere. I cannot start by teaching you all the beautiful stuffs that I know and all of those. No, I have to take it step by step so that we can get the best result. All right, so okay, so first, when you're going from your one chord to your two chord, from the one chord to the two chord, so you could use a a secondary dominant chord to get to this two chord because this two is your destination. All right, so this is a G minor. So if you check your circle of fourth and fifth, what is a fifth or a fourth below from G? Is D, right? So instead of just going from an F to the two, from an F to the two, so instead of going from an F straight to the two, so you could add a D. You see, this is a D7. So this is serving as a secondary dominant, taking us to this. So D is the secondary dominant of G. So on this D, I could play anything interesting right now. So I could voice the chords, I could make it rootless. So I could choose to, this is the main chord here, right? So I could pick this note and put it on my left hand. You see? So I could do one chord, one chord. So that's still the chord there, the D7 bar. I could play it like this to change the voicing. So I could even play this. All of my help cometh from the Lord. For the Lord is the keeper, the Lord is the strength. Alright, so I could use the D7 to take me to a G minor. Alright, so the same way when I'm going from a 1 to a 4 chord, to the 4 chord, I could play a 1 as a dominant chord, and F7 takes me to a 4. Amazing grace, how sweet, so how sweet, so how amazing grace, how, you see, how sweet the. So how did I achieve that beautiful sound over there just now? I used the melody. How? So I had an F7 already. Then I added this to make it an F9. How? Which is the melody of the song. How sweet the sound. The I could play this as a wretch like me. I once was one. I'm young. Da, 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 da. Take me to the 251. You see, so this is me just trying to kind of applying it randomly. So we are still going to do songs, play songs where we explain how to use it. I will use it in real life. You're going to be using it in a song. All right, but this is just an introduction to let you know how it is. So if I'm going to the 5 chord also, what is the secondary dominant chord that leads us to the 5? The 5 is a C. So a G will lead us to a C. Check the circle of 4th and 5th. So a G will lead us to a C. All right. Check the interval. They are 4th away from each other. Oh, I hope you could see the chord app. So from G to C is a 4th, while C to G is a 5th. All right. So it depends on how you are saying it, but we are doing G to C because we are going like this from G to C. So C is our destination, which is the 5 chord in the key of F. So we could use G7 to take us to that 5. So you have a song like you have a progression like a 1 to the 5 to the 6 to the 4 to the 4. So I could do 1 to the 5. You see, I use this to the 6 to the 6 to the 4 to the. Okay, I'll just playing around. So this is like how secondary dominant chords work. It is just essentially about you picking a destination and looking for a chord that is a 5th or 4th away from it, using the chord to get your results. But majority of the time, if this is your destination, you just have to look for a 4th, a 4th behind it to take you to that your destination. So for C, G will work, a G7 will work, a G7, which is a dominant chord. So you cannot choose to alter it. For this one, I altered the chord. That's why you're having a G913. So I've done altered chords, how they are, you come about them, and all of those. So the one thing about altered chords is they have to be used for you to know, and they have to be explained to you why this chord is altered. All right. There will also be some very serious lessons where we now start. See, everything is arranged. Please don't get confused. Some of you watch the lesson, you think it's too easy. Yes, I'm trying to make it easy, 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 so that when you even get to the difficult parts, you will not know it's difficult. That is the idea. Because if I teach you difficult, you can't get it. You feel you would lose interest. So we have a 1. I played to the 5. Now I'm going to the 6. The 6 is D minor. So what is a let's play D minor 6. Should we play D minor 6? Let's play just a D minor 7 chord. So what is a 4th away from D? Is an A. On that A, you play a dominant 7 chord. It takes you to that chord. So altogether, when I have a progression like a 1 dominant passing or secondary dominant passing to the 5, secondary dominant passing to the 6. I'm going to the 4 now. Another secondary dominant passing to the 4. Secondary dominant passing to the 1. What takes us to the 1? Let's see. We are going to the 1. So 5 can take us to the 1. You see? So we have a 1 passing to the 5, passing to the 6, passing to the 4, passing to the 1, passing to the 1. So a song like God is able to do just what He says He would do. He's gonna fulfill everything to you. So all these chords are what they use to garnish play and make your play interesting. All right, so let's talk about voicing quickly before we continue. So you can pick the third and put on the bars. You can pick the third. What do I mean? So if you're on the one and you want to go to the two, and the secondary dominant chord that take you to the two is a D. This is the chord here. So you could pick the third. One, two, three. That third, you could put it on your left. It will kind of add color and gives you a slash chord. So add color to your play. All right. So let's say from the one we are going to the four. So from the one is an F7, right? So pick the third and put it here. You see what we got? Let's just add it back here. So do you see? So I could play Amazing Grace. How I could do. You see? How sweet. So I used this chord to take me to the four. So the F serves as a secondary dominant passing to the B flats. So all this movement is what I want you to see in your key. So see all these chords that want to resolve to other chords. That is where the secondary dominant chord idea comes into play. So the more we practice and the more we apply this to songs, you understand them more. So let's talk about how to practice them. How do you practice them? Yeah, I know you play in the key of F, but how do you practice them? So you could come and say, let's use the circle of fourth and fifth. So from F, you could start with your right hand, F7. You go to B flat 7. You go to E flat 7, A flat 7, C sharp 7, F sharp 7, B7, E7, A7, D7, G7, C7, back to F7. This is how you practice them everywhere. So don't say, oh, I'm not playing in all those keys. I don't need them. You will need them because, yes, you might be playing just in the key of F, but we are going to be moving in other keys also. E, A, D, G, C, back to F. So you can just decide to add the bass line to your left hand. This is how to practice it, following the circle of fourth and fifth. Then G, then G, then C, then back to your F. Then you can choose to do it chromatically, see? So you must have heard this move a lot. So you have a 1 to the 5 to the 6 to the 4. I could do 1, I could do 1 to the 5. I could do to the. So I'm kind of. Let's leave all of this, but I'm just trying to show you how you can just be creative when you're using it, when you're practicing. So you want to play around with it. What works? I love the way it sounds like. So you will see other songs that are going to learn. You will see how musicians are using them. So you want to practice them like this also. You see, you try your left hand also. Don't isolate your left hand from good things. You see, so this is how you want to practice, and this is how you want to get used to this secondary dominant chords. So when we start using them, it becomes easy for you. So I'm preparing you for all of this, so that when I start dropping the songs, nobody you not come and tell me. I will explain the chords in the song, right? I'm going to hold you accountable and ask you how far the song I gave you. Submit the song, play it. I want to hear the song. All right. So it's not gonna be a case of me leaving you to your own. That's why you're under me as my member. As my member, I'm following you up. There's a group chat. In case you're not on the group chat, check the description below. You find the group chat. And in case you're not yet a member of the channel, also you find the link below. Join the membership and take your piano playing to the next level. This is a Marcel Music Academy where I take you from very, very, very beginner level. I teach you like a kid, take you up, make you understand everything. If it's going to take you 6 months, a year, fine. As long as you could sit on your piano on any key. You could play round, you could pick progression. That's a 1, 7, 6. You could take other passing chord from other songs.